Namaste. One student asked us to make a video on performing pranayama and other preparatory rituals for self-purification before puja. If there's a subject that you would like to see us make a video on, or if there's something you would like to see Swamiji talk about, please give us a comment. Email us or send a message through the Facebook. We'd love to answer your questions in particular and make videos teaching you what you would like to learn. And so before any puja is done, several rituals are conducted for self-purification. In particular, in these videos we'll be addressing Vighneshvara prarthanam, achamanam, and pranayamam. These are three basic simple rituals which can be done to purify the spiritual body. Before doing any puja ritual, of course we want to bathe. And then it's a good idea to wear vibhuti. I'm wearing vibhuti in 11 places now, on the forehead, on the neck, 3 places on each arm, just below the heart, and on each breast. We could add more to have 16. If you want to wear the vibhuti in 16 places, then you could put the back of the neck up here on the shoulder area and on each side. At least we should have vibhuti on the forehead. After bathing, we wear the vibhuti for its protective effect. They say that the vibhuti opens a channel into the inner realm so devas can see you. This is very important when you're doing a puja. This is very important when you go out. Most Hindu people I see, they wear vibhuti all the time in the house. And when they go out, they get embarrassed and they wipe it off. I do the opposite. I figure my house, I do so much chanting, the channel is open for the Shaktis to flow and for devas to see me here. But when I go out, before I go out, I put the vibhuti. I don't know if I'll make the connection out there. I need the extra protection energetically as I go out. And so the mantra for that is Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam. Urva arukamiva bandhanan mrityor mukshiyamamritaat. Also, you could use Pancha Brahma mantras for Lord Shiva if you know these, as applying vibhuti. If not, the Triambakam mantra is sufficient, very good. But it's very important, bathe and wear vibhuti before any puja practice. And then also, very important before anything, pray to the Guruji. Look at a photo of the Guruji, focus in on your Guru's energy, and any simple prayer your Guru has taught you, or just Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. If you don't have a Guru, look at Lord Dakshinamurti, look at his photo, and say Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. We can do all these practices, but they'll have no effect without the blessing of a Guru, so it's important we first focus the mind on the Guru's grace and the Guru's blessing. So secondly, then we pray to Lord Vighneshvara. Vighneshvara is Lord Ganapati, Ganesha, in the form of the remover of obstacles, the Lord of obstacles. Vighna is obstacle, Ishvara is the Lord. So he's the Lord of the obstacles. And as we start any endeavor, it's good to pray a prayer to him. And there's one dhyana mantra for him, meditation verse, which we use for that purpose. We're also going to take the knuckles and do this mudra like you close a fist, because then we're going to tap the temple area. We'll do 5 times with this mantra, and there is a particular marma points here. They say that when you tap these, you stimulate this area. They say as you tap this, and sometimes they cross the hands too as they do that. Another gesture they do for Ganesh, pull the ears and bend down. You see people doing this in the temple before they prostrate before Lord Ganesh. This humbles us before the Lord. There's stories that this was done, and Lord Ganesh was very pleased. And he's laughing when he sees this motion. It humbles us before the Lord, puts us in a good space to. But for this Vighneshvara dhyanam, we'll just tap the temples. They say when you do this, you're giving abhishekam to Lord Ganesh, because you're stimulating the flow of certain marmas, certain subtle channels in the body, certain nadis. And so as the prana starts to flow through these nadis, it goes down to Muladhara. This energy flows down like a stream of liquid bathing the image of Lord Ganesh, and it stimulates that center there in Muladhara where they say Ganesha sits. Ganapati Upanishad says, Muladhara stitosi nityam. You are eternally established in Muladhara chakra at the base of the spine. And so when we do this particular mudra gesture where we tap these points on the temples, stimulates the flow of energy down to the root chakra here. And it energizes that area, activating the energies of Lord Ganesh. So this mudra is very important to help us connect with the energies of Lord Ganesh. This mantra for him, we meditate on Lord Ganesh wearing white. Many mantras, Ganesha is always wearing red, but in this particular meditation verse, he's wearing white. And there's images of the moon there. So we think of Ganesha wearing the crescent moon. And he has 4 arms. And he's the remover of obstacles. He gets any problems out of the way when we pray this simple prayer to him and we meditate on his form. And so the Vighneshvara prarthanam is done like this. Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigno Pashantaye. So saying that prayer, we meditate on Lord Ganesha. Secondly, then, we'll do achamanam. Achamanam is a ritual of sipping water for purification. In some traditions, we just sip the water. In other traditions, they sip the water and then touch various parts of the body. The heart, the head, the shoulders, different places on the body. We energize these places with mantras. This is a ritual for purification of the subtle body. Throughout rituals also, it's important to repeat achamanam at certain places in the ritual if a person's energies have become impure. For achamanam, we need a panchapatra and udharini. Udharini is the spoon and panchapatra is the cup. Panchapatra should be made from copper, silver, brass, the 5 metals, panchaloha. These substances are best. Or sannyasi, they say, can use his kamandalu. However, if you're watching me on the YouTube, if you have the capacity to watch me here on the YouTube, you have capacity to get yourself a copper panchapatra. If you have trouble to get the panchapatra, just stop paying the internet bill, go get panchapatra. And so we fill this with pure water. We can add special sacred substances to this as well. Rose water, water from the Ganges River is very sacred added here. We could even add cow urine if we want particularly purifying results. Various substances we can add here, spices, herbs. And so for this ritual, we take the water in the right hand. You always take puja items in the right hand. We take this with the right hand and we switch to the left hand before then pouring into the right hand. And we do this mudra, we don't use the index finger. So in this mudra we take into the palm just a little bit of water and we'll sip from the base of the palm. There are different places on the palm used for different offerings, but for taking things internally we always use this base of the palm, which is called brahma tirtham. So we don't need to get into the other places, it's not used for this ritual. But there are many different traditions for achamanam. Some Shaiva traditions use mantras like Om Sattva Tattvaya Swaha, Om Vidya Tattvaya Swaha, Om Shiva Tattvaya Swaha. Some Vaishnava traditions use different names of Lord Vishnu. Narayanaya Namaha, Achyutaya Namaha, Keshava Narayana, and they may touch many parts of the body. They do different order. Many of the Vaishnava Sampradayas even have a different order for these names. Narayana, Keshava, Madhusudana, different names like this they're using for Lord Vishnu. So we have created our own tradition here. Some traditions even they'll use Veda mantras. They use the Agamarshana mantra from Rig Veda, Agamarshana Suktam from the Rig Veda, Ritam Cha Satyam Cha. This mantra they'll use the 3 verses of that for achamanam. The point is that we say some mantra, and after each mantra we take a spoon of water and we sip. We do 3 times for purification, physical body, astral body, causal body. Bhurbhuva Swaha, we purify all 3 doing the achamanam. And so the mantras we use are different, as I say. We use very universal mantras, Brahmane Swaha, Vishnave Swaha, Rudraya Swaha, and we'll touch various parts of the body. Saraswate Namaha, Mahalakshmi Namaha, Gauriye Namaha. These deities are adored by all the different sampradayas. It's okay, we have names of Vishnu to please the Vishnu devotees, the Vishnu bhaktas. And for the Shiva Gyanis, we have the Shiva mantras also. And so the first step of achamanam, you wash your hand. So you take a spoon of water with your right hand, put in your left hand, and you wash your hands. This is symbolic. Your hands should already be very clean. It may be good to have on hand a paper towel or something, or better yet, have a towel reserved for puja use. You could use that if you need to dry your hand after this ritual. So after washing the hands, then we take a spoon of water, transfer spoon to the left hand, do the appropriate mudra, and we'll say Om Brahmane Swaha. We sip the water. Then we take another spoon of water, Om Vishnave Swaha. And again, sip the water. Be silent as you sip. And then again, Om Rudraya Swaha. So now after this we wash the hands again, because we touch the hand to the mouth, makes the hand impure. We're going to be offering things to God. So we wash the hands again. So after that, then we say, we touch the various parts of the body. In our tradition, we'll just touch the right shoulder, the left shoulder, and the top of the head with these 3 mantras. And always when you use one hand in a puja, you should support that hand with your other hand. So you're not doing something. I've seen some priest one time at a temple, he's making an offering, one hand, doing something, ringing the bell, he's pouring some abhishekam. Other hand, he's checking what time it is. Am I going to be done in time? He's distracted, and so the thought is, if both hands are doing it, you're looking at, you're not distracted, you're focusing on the puja practice. You get more benefit there for being more mindful. And so here we'll support the right hand and touch the right shoulder. Om Saraswate Namaha. Also this mudra they call sometimes tattva mudra. You put the thumb just under the ring finger there. This mudra best for touching parts of the body. Om Saraswate Namaha. Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Gauriye Namaha. And for the top of the head, I don't know if you can see, Swamiji is not actually touching his head there because the hair is impure. You don't want to touch this while you're doing puja. So you just rest the hand above. And energetically you touch, the aura of your hand is in the aura of your head. That's good enough. You say when you touch your hair, for example, you become impure ritually. So we have to take achamanam again. And so that's okay if you ever feel like you're picking up bad energy as you're doing the puja, or after doing rituals it's designed to remove negative energies. We should do achamanam again. If you go to the bathroom, you should do achamanam again. And so then the third ritual we do before pujas for purification, we do these 3 basic rituals before starting any puja, any nitya kriya, before sandhya, agnihotra, any of these practices. It'll benefit. Even before yoga asana practice, it's good to do these 3. It gets you pure. And so pranayama is a practice of yoga. It means control of the breath, more or less. It doesn't come from forcing the breath. Control of the breath comes from paying attention to the breath. For pranayama in its higher sense as a practice of yoga, we need the diksha from a guru. We need the guidance from a guru. However, pranayama is a very powerful technique to calm the mind. When you calm the mind, you get centered. You'll have good effects in your puja. A little bit of pranayama can be good for people's mental state, their mental health. It'll help them start to meditate. So in this case, we're doing an alternate nostril pranayama with specific mantras. The mudra here for this is this. We call this Vishnu mudra. We take the index finger, the middle finger, and we bend this down. And we take the ring finger and the little finger. We stick this one out, and the thumb we stick out. Other option some people do, we'll cover the nostrils with these. See, like this. Other option some people do, you can rest these fingers on the third eye point. That can be a tool to help you center and focus. That's a good practice. So that's what we'll do when we get to the pranayama, to do some alternate nostril breathing. This is a practice which calms a person. It balances the 2 hemispheres of the brain, the Ida Nadi and the Pingala Nadi. And so it prepares a person for the consciousness to flow through Sushumna Nadi in the middle of the spine. It balances that intellectual and that emotional being so a person can transcend into meditative consciousness. And so when we do this a few times, they say it does Nadi Shodhana, it purifies the subtle channels in the body. So then to start the pranayama practice, we have certain mantras. We'll first do Anjali Mudra. We say Om Pranavasya. And then we announce the sage of the mantra. Whenever saying the sage of the mantra, we doing this mudra, the thumb under the ring finger for all these gestures. We touch around the forehead. We don't actually touch. We hover over the forehead when we announce the sage of the mantra. Para Brahma Rishihi. And then we say the meter of the mantra. This helps know we're chanting it properly. Daivi Gayatri Chandaha. And then we say the deity of the mantra. Each time we should be supporting the right hand with the left hand. So we touch the heart here for the deity because in our heart is enshrined the divine. And so supporting the right hand, we touch the heart and we say Paramatma Devata. And so then we say what we're using the mantra for. If we're doing the pranayama. Pranayame Viniyogaha Om Om Om. Now at this point I'll do the pranayama and add audio later of chanting. You have to do this silently. This is one time we have to chant the mantra fairly quickly. We'll be breathing too long, too much, so we have to chant quickly as we do this.
Om Bhuh, Om Bhuvah, Om Suvah, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapah, Om Satyam, Om Tatsaviturvarehinyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayate, Om Apo Jyotirra Sumritam Brahma Bhurvuvasvarom.
Om. So when we finish that, we touch the right ear and we say Om. Now, many times you see people do this once. We could also do it 3 times. has more of an effect if you do it 3 times. You start in the left nostril, so you come out the right nostril. So if you start a second time, you can start with the right nostril, breathe out the left nostril, and then start again same way, left nostril, breathe out the right nostril. So in that way you could do it 3 times with the same mantra. It's the long form of the Gayatri mantra. And so that shows you the 3 basic rituals that we use for preparing ourselves, purifying ourselves energetically, for doing puja. We can use these practices anytime we need to purify ourselves energetically. We can do it throughout the day. As we come in, as we go out, we take on energies from outside. As we come back into the house, it's good to sit and do these 3 practices. But certainly before any act of worship, it's important to do these practices. Not necessary, strictly speaking, perhaps, but it's a good idea. Keeps a person pure and safe, and it empowers the practice as we do them. May these practices help you to purify yourself and help to empower your home puja. Om Hiranyavarnak Sujayah Pavakaya Sujatak Kasyapoya Svindra Agnya Garbham Dadirer Rupastana Apasergasyotna Bhavantu.